Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Hopefully the sound will be in sync on this one. Jumping straight into a hard battle from where I left off before. I'll just give you a quick rundown of the equipment that I'm using first.
Devora.
You know what? Well, her equipment, first of all, gives her an extra 25% damage boost against poisoned enemies with bleed or poison. And this team has the ability to make them bleed and poison them. So just that alone would, against an opponent that's bleeding and poisoned, it would be 50% damage against them. If I give her the sacrificial knife, that's another 25%. So that's 50%.
Reptile.
I'm not going to put it on, but this does it as well, and so does Jade's staff. It's basically exactly the same, which is 25% critical and 25% damage boost against enemies with bleed or poison. Melina makes them bleed upon tag. And this equipment, the reason for this is, if you see there, she gets 25% critical chance boost, 50% chance to convert, 50% damage to health on special 2, plus the 25% damage boost against enemies affected by bleed or poison. So again, aside from the buff specific to Melina, that the rest of it is the same as Jade's staff, not including the passive specific to the characters, obviously. So now I've got that out of the way. They're all 25% critical and 25% damage boost against enemies with bleed or poison. Just remember that that's going to double up against enemies when they're bleeding and poisoned at the same time. Now, so she's got chance to convert damage to health on special 2, 50% chance. She gets another 25% from this, plus power generation, and another 25% from this. So that means that's 100% chance to convert damage to health on special 2. So she's guaranteed to regain health every time she does a special 2. Plus, she gets regeneration on special 2 as well. This just gives resistance to debuffs and power generation. And Reptile, standard. Wrath Hammer, Saurian Armour, Soul Medallion, Devastator. And I'll upgrade his special. Right. Let's just have a look at his passive. So, think about this. I've just noticed. And this is information you won't get off Starry Sky. This goes up to 80%. Because I can upgrade it one more time. Whenever opponent tags in, there's 70% chance. Imagine that's 80%. Which it will be when I upgrade it. I would have upgraded it before, but I wanted to buy a diamond equipment pack instead. So I'll upgrade it, max it out when I collect my next lot of quests, which will be any time now. But anyway, so imagine that's 80%. Right? So 70% chance that they're going to be poisoned when they're tagged in. Or defeat all out world characters on Reptile's team will have a... It says 70, but imagine 80% critical hit chance against poisoned enemies. Right? So 80% critical chance, yeah? So if I give her that instead, then 25% critical, that means it's going to be 105% critical chance. So it's going to be guaranteed to be critical.
Melina.
Yeah, man. Melina's going to be guaranteed because that's her equipment anyway. And Reptile, instead of Devastator, I'll give him Jade's Staff. But before I go in there, I'll see if there's anything else with critical, but I don't think there is. Oh yeah, there's this. But you wouldn't get the damage boost against enemies with bleed or poison at the same time. You'd get the guaranteed critical, but yeah, the other passive is against enemies slowed or stunned or slowed, whatever. Oh, Freddy's glove, yeah. That's 15%, isn't it? So that'll only take it to 95, so that wouldn't quite do it. Borajo's Flask is critical, but it'd need to be Fusion 5 to guarantee it. That'd work if you don't have the rare equipment maxed out. Doing it with this would guarantee one of them. Right, so anyway, now I've got all that out of the way, which I think was I'm glad I said all that, because I think that's a valuable tip. But bear in mind, it's not going to be guaranteed right now because I need to upgrade it one more time. But when it's 80%, it will be guaranteed. So right now, it's 95% critical chance. But in my next video with this team, or with a Classic Reptile team, no, I'll re-record with this team. When I do that, they'll have guaranteed critical. Now they've got infinite poison.
Any questions?
Small ones first. Boom. I'm loving this team, I've got to say. When I kill someone with Devourer, she applies an infinite poison to the rest of the team. So what I'm trying to keep an eye out for, and you can do the same if you like, is once I've done that and there's an infinite poison being applied, when somebody tags in and gets poisoned from Reptile's passive,
Fight.
if it stacks on top of the existing poison. Because this poison I'm applying now, these ones can stack on top of her infinite poison. You can't stack. Right. Let's see if this stacks on top of that. No.
Someone is pleased to end you. Feel my sting.
Anyway. Look at the... I was going to say look at the damage from double dot, poison and bleeding. Oh, Johnny.
Someone is pleased to end you.
This team is awesome. Right, fuck the trying to stack poison thing, right? Look at the difference of the amount of damage that I'm doing with basic attacks. Like, whoa, it's not like it's doing any damage. Right, I'm going to poison him now, right? Oh, you motherfucker. Right, and I'm going to tag him with Melina and make him bleed now. Watch the difference in damage. Where's the poison gone? Please don't kill him. We'll finish him off. Where's Devourer? Forget that. Right, infinite poison. Yes, it does. Look, there's two poisons. And he's double poisoned as well. And look at the guaranteed health to damage she converted. Damage to health. I love this team. I really do. I think they're going to bring out a diamond character, make sure that there's a diamond variation of every character. And I've got a sneaking suspicion that the diamond Shinnok is going to be corrupted Shinnok, who looks awesome. And I think he's probably going to be the best character in the game. Let's make him bleed. Oh shit. I should have tagged him with Devourer and finished him off. Whoa. They fixed the scorpion bug, by the way. So you can't do infinite special ones anymore. Wow. This hard battle. It's the last battle already. This team's so much fun to play. What if I played Aaron Black instead of Rich Devora? That would add triple and tag, assists. I knew that was going to happen. Double dot.
Feel my sting.
Double dot again. Alright, I'll do infinite poison against.
This one is pleased to end.
Why is she not infinite poisoned? She must have equipment on that. Oh, wait a minute, she got poisoned then. Oh, freaking bone shield. Right, it wore off. I want to keep playing. I want to keep playing this team. I wonder if he's got a new X-ray. See if it's got a different name.
Reptile.
If it's the extinction event, then nope. It's extinction event. Oh, that's something I forgot. I didn't need to give Reptile. I didn't need to give him this to get guaranteed critical because he gets it from Wrathhammer. Dumbass. You dumbass. So actually, he had guaranteed critical. That's why he was doing so much damage. Wow. So the only benefit I was getting from this was the bleed and the poison. Damage boost against bleed and poison. So I would actually be better off with that.
Devora.
No, that'll do. I think that's a fair review. So, in summary, I love this team. I think it's awesome. You can do insane dots on it. You know, infinite poison by killing your first opponent with Devora and playing an infinite poison to the rest of the team, which then means that every hit you do against that team with any of your characters, they've all got a piece of equipment on that gives a 25% damage boost against enemies with bleed and poison. No, hang on, let me start again. You can poison them with Devora and apply infinite poison by finishing them off with the Devora. But you can also make them bleed by tagging in with Melina, so that's a double dot, poison and bleed. So any equipment damage boosts is going to apply double because they're bleeding and poisoned at the same time. And by having the reptiles passive maxed out, so you've got 80% critical chance boost against poisoned enemies, then by having a piece of equipment that gives, they give 25%. There's about 6 pieces of equipment that give critical chance boost, and some of them give damage boost against enemies with bleed and poison as well. So those are the ones you're going to be looking for mostly. But anyway, so Reptile has got 50% damage, basic damage boost, plus 25% against enemies with bleed and poison. The critical chance boost from this, plus 20% attack, but I'm only talking in relation to the 30% critical chance from the Wrath Hammer to this 70% makes it 100% and makes it guaranteed. But when that's upgraded, it'll be 80%, which will make them all guaranteed because they've all got a piece of equipment that has 25% or 30% critical chance boost, which takes it over 100%, or it will when I've maxed out Reptile's passive. So that means that all the hits are going to be critical, guaranteed, when it's against poisoned opponents. On top of that, adding, basic damage boost, the damage boost against enemies that are poisoned and bleeding, and you're just doing insane damage. Plus, with Melina getting regeneration and converting damage to health, this team's just unbeatable. So, I'm starting to think this could be one of the best teams in the game now. I might, seeing as Reptile poisons as well, then I technically don't need Devourer to poison. So I could test it out with Erron Black and see how that works. Or with Goro, because he sets fire. Oh, wait a minute, does he? Well, anyway, I'm going to try a few variations, but I think you definitely want to keep Melina and Reptile in the same team. Yeah. Anyway, don't want this video to go on for too long, so yeah, that's it. So, damn it. Yeah, thank you all for watching. Hope you got something from this video. If you did, please give me a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.